Just roll the intro. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So that was a fun intro, just showing progressions of heian, nidan or pinan, shodan on a heavy bag. In this video I'm just going to break that down. To those who don't know, Bunkai is the practical application of what we see in Kata, the meaning behind all those solo forms, all the solo movements. The dance, if you will. Now this first demonstration is what we normally see at a very basic level of understanding of Kata and Bunkai. There's no real critical thinking around it, and I did something very similar like that when I used to train in Taekwondo. The Taekwondo pattern or Kata, Won-Yo, is more or less a carbon copy of it. Whilst this might look aesthetically pleasing with another partner who knows exactly what's going to happen, they can respond to it properly, and it's done fast, very precise, it can look aesthetically quite pleasing. But the bottom line is, it's impractical and it encourages bad habits. First, the stance is far too deep and far too static, okay? Stances are just meant to be shifting of weight from one direction to another and feet positioning so you can move in the right direction and get the right weight shifted from one place to the next. This kind of Bunkai is really just for sterile dojo environments. The hand movements only seem to indicate that there's striking going on, but believe me, there's a lot more happening in those movements than just a hit. Now here we're getting a significantly better demonstration. First, the hands are both working together, whereas before only one hand was making contact at a time, as if they had to wait their turn. Multiple choki, old karate master, called this husband and wife hands. I mean, other people have called it different things along those lines. I call them partner hands, but that's neither here nor there. You should never have a dead hand. A dead hand is a hand that's not working, it's not in the fight, it's just, as I said a moment ago, waiting its turn. Now before it was only striking, now we're adding a grappling element to it. Very key part of practical karate. Now by pulling the artificial limb, which is the belt in this case, onto my forearm as I'm striking, it creates what we call the car crash effect. You know, two objects colliding at one point. That's going to make it far more effective than if I didn't have the grappling element to this. This way we're keeping tactile contact with the opponent so we can feel where they're going and we can react as necessary. And we're much more likely to hit our intended target as opposed to a target which we've got no idea where they are. You might as well put on a blindfold. Also now the stance is no longer static, it's no longer dead and just sitting there for the aesthetic reasons. It's moving, it's dynamic, it's shifting off to the angle and then attacking, which is tactically it's much better than just not doing anything and waiting to get clocked in the jaw. Now, whilst this is a good piece of Bunkai, it's got nothing on the final form. This is the last evolution of what I'm showing today, which is pure violence and unrelenting force. Skyrim reference. Karate's purpose is self-defense. However, for it to actually work in a real-life altercation, it needs to be trained and pressure tested to be able to work outside of the dojo where we don't have training mats, pads, gloves and a watchful eye of a sensei to make sure we're doing it right. In a fight it will be fast, violent, messy, your adrenaline's going to be pumping, and with tunnel vision in effect, you won't be in the best state of mind to do clean, sterile bunkai. Now, legal self-defense and self-protection is not something that I specialise in, so if you are interested in that, go and look up legislation, and there are various books and experts on the matter. I am not one of them. Which is also why I would not recommend you practice this. Yeah, I know. It's unnecessary, and it's quite simply at that point assault. It's no longer defending yourselves. They're on the ground, they're helpless. You have every opportunity to get away, which is what you should do every time. Even before something happens, get away. Simple. Anyway, that's enough for today. So if you could please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I wish you all the best with your training. Take care.